Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about if you should be getting a FinalMouse mouse in 2022, and the simple answer is no. And before you type up a huge angry comment in the comment section, or a huge essay, that's what I meant to say, let me explain. First of all, the price is way too much now. About a year ago, I could maybe justify you getting it for that much, because it's the same price now as it was a year ago, but I could justify you getting it a year ago because no other mouse company had caught up to FinalMouse. Nobody had even heard of like 43 grams of weight. I mean, for a wireless mouse, that is insanely light even today, because no other mouse company had ever tried that about a year ago. However, nowadays, a year later, a lot of mouse companies have caught up in terms of weight. For example, Pulsar, the new X2 that is about to come out, that is 56 grams for the normal version and about 53 grams, I think, for the mini version. So it's only about 10 grams heavier or 7 grams heavier than other FinalMouse mice. And I don't think that's that huge of a difference. Like, it's not that huge of a difference, like 7 or 5 grams. That's not a huge difference to me. Other people may vary. Other people might, like, see it as a huge difference. I don't. But that is just my opinion. Another thing is the QC issues that have sprung up on a lot of different mice from FinalMouse. And who knows, maybe even this new Tens mouse might have issues. But a lot of FinalMouse mice have had a lot of QC issues, varying between just like not good creaking, just bad like side flex or bad creaking, just stuff like that, just like not good QC in general. And that's unacceptable at $190 and even more because, again, it runs out of stock. If you don't already know this, FinalMouse has a very, very limited stock. I mean, with the new Tens mouse, there was more, but still a limited stock. So if you can't get it, then you're going to have to resort to like StockX or something. And they're not super expensive there, but they are more expensive on like StockX and other websites. They're about $30 more. So that's $220 to $10, $210 to $20. That is way too much for a mouse, in my opinion, especially nowadays when you can get like a Pulsar mouse that is only about 6 grams heavier and, let's be honest, is probably better built, probably has better switch implementation, probably has a lot of better things going for it for $100. $100, $110 less than a FinalMouse. That blows that out of the water and might have even better specs. Let me explain this. I'm not blindly hating on FinalMouse, and I know I might come across that way, but I really respect FinalMouse for doing what they did about a year ago and like basically changed the entire mouse space almost, because a lot of other mouse companies, right after their Starlight 12 came out, they immediately rushed to get the lightest weight possible to try to catch up, and a lot of them still haven't even caught up to FinalMouse. Instead of, they have to make it like fingertip grip, or they have to really make some compromises to make it that light like FinalMouse does. And FinalMouse, I've heard a lot of their mice do perform very, very well if they don't have that QC issue. However, I am kind of just trying to give some criticism because, again, the price is way too much. If it was $150 or $140, I could maybe recommend it. It's still a little expensive, but I can maybe recommend it. But $190 is too much, especially nowadays. The QC issues they really need to fix. I'm not sure if they fixed it, again, on the new Tens mouse. If they have, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they might still have some QC issues. But if they don't, then props to them for fixing that. And then third, other mouse companies have caught up and have basically almost caught up in weight in general as well. And also probably are better performing. At least some of the mice are probably better performing than even the Starlight 12 or other wireless mice from FinalMouse. And again, that is just the main takeaway. Other mouse companies have caught up, and so FinalMouse just isn't as huge as they were before, in my opinion. And again, their marketing tactic is really, really stupid. I really hate that they name it after the gods and stuff. Like, it's not that serious, man. It's a mouse. It's a really good mouse when it has good QC, but again, naming it after a fucking god, come on, man. That is being way too corny and taking yourself way too seriously. But marketing aside, I really don't like their marketing and how they're trying to hype it up to the biggest extent possible. It's really, really stupid in my opinion. But again, I really respect what they did about a year ago. However, I just don't think it's worth it nowadays because price is way too much, especially when it goes out of stock and it charges you $30 more for the same mouse because it ran out of stock. Again, limited stock is a huge issue. Second is the QC. Again, might be wrong. They fixed that. 3, and again, mouse companies are caught up. And I know I repeated the same thing over and over and over again, but that's just because, again, those are the 3 main things that I really, that's the reason, three main things why I really just don't recommend a FinalMouse product. I haven't gotten one. I don't have one, obviously, but I really just don't recommend getting it, especially for that price. Again, about a year ago, I could maybe recommend you getting it for that price, even for that price, which is, again, the same price as it is now, but I could justify it because, again, the weight was unheard of back then. But nowadays, there's a lot of mice that are, some even lighter, I mean, with compromises, but still some that are even lighter than the Starlight 12. Or not the Starlight 12, the just FinalMouse mice in general. But anyways, that is it, and I'll see you guys later.